So as we now have the data into the platform, thanks to the device management, and we've worked on it with in data management. What else can we do on top of the data that you have in Cumulocity? So one of the new capabilities that I want to highlight to you today is a new block to calculate OEE within Analytics Builder. So OEE, or overall equipment effectiveness, is a metric which is frequently used for measuring the efficiency and performance of processes. And that's typically broken down in three components: availability, performance, and quality, which can be calculated separately and then combined give you a score on how effective your equipments are performing. So previously, with Analytics Builder, you could already do those kinds of calculations, but it would require a combination of a sizable number of blocks. For those of you, for longer term customers, might remember a standalone Cumulocity OEE app, which had also its fair share of limitations. So what we're wanting to introduce now is an enhanced approach, and also an extensible approach that better aligns with our platform capabilities. So the core calculation of what some of you might used to know from the OEE app is now really being made available as an OEE block for Analytics Builder. And it's also made available as an open source block. So because it's really integrated within Analytics Builder, you could also now really create fully customized OEE calculations. Because with Analytics Builder, you have, of course, the freedom to use any kind of pre-existing blocks already to do pre-processing of your raw data, to send it into the OEE calculation block, do maybe some post-processing, etc., send it into a measurement, and then you have those measurements available to do whatever you want with it in the platform. So think about adding it into your asset hierarchies with Digital Twin Manager. Because it's a measurement, you could easily visualize it in cockpits, in dashboards, in cockpit, as well as basically do anything that you could do within Cumulocity based on a measurement. Like I said, the OEE block is open source, so as a developer, you can also modify it, enhance it to meet your specific requirements for OEE calculation. Of course, OEE is just one single example of an interesting performance metric that can be calculated and might or might not really apply to your specific use case. What I would advise you is to also check out our Cumulocity YouTube channel, because there you can find some more examples how to use Analytics Builder for calculating these kind of metrics and others like utilization rate, etc. So really interesting to check it out. Then another noteworthy improvement, be it mostly for self-hosted customers with a large number of tenants, is that we're now introducing multi-tenancy for Analytics Builder. So previously, those customers were required to provide single tenant versions of the streaming analytics microservice for each of those subtenants, as you would see from the scenario 3 here on the picture on the right. Now, with the multi-tenant streaming analytics service, which now also includes Analytics Builder, this restriction has lifted. So self-hosted customers no longer need to have separate resources on the subtenants, resulting in hosting cost reductions for them, while of course maintaining security and performance for all of the model executions. In line with my fellow product managers, I also want to shed some light on interesting upcoming items in our analytics development pipeline. And first of all, I want to highlight that continuing on the private previews that Jane mentioned on the notification 2, streaming analytics will also be adopting that notification 2 for reliable data forwarding to receive update notifications on new measurements, events, etc. It will also leverage an internal mechanism for state persistence to ensure that no state, and hence in combination with the notification 2, no intermediate incoming messages get lost due to a sudden restart of the streaming analytics microservice. So a lot of improvements in resiliency coming towards streaming analytics. And secondly, and I think most excitingly, is I want to pave the path for an exciting upcoming capability, which we would call analytics rules. Most of you know probably smart rules, and the reason why I say it is, in general, we see, let's say, roughly 70% of our customers adopting smart rules, which highlighted to us that the value of configuration-driven analytics for business users. However, we also hear your feedback, and the current system of smart rules has some limitations because you're confined to that set of 11 rules. Not all of them are as applicable to all of your use cases, and you can only create those smart rules from within Cockpit. So basically, those restrictions limit, in essence, the potential value that your business users can extract from analytics. So with analytics rules, we want to overcome some of those limitations by enabling your power users to define and customize models that are perfectly tailored to your organization needs. So basically what they can do is build on top. So you can start from the existing models, you can tweak them, make enhanced versions available to business users, but also next to that, really create entirely new models beyond that fixed library, which you can then tailor specifically to the use cases of your customers or your internal teams. And then those the business users from your customers or your internal teams can then apply those predefined rules to specific assets, all from within their existing workflows. Because that's really the idea, where today it's limited to Cockpit. We envision those analytics rules to be used within any application. For example, in device management, to easily apply, let's say, health score calculations or anomaly detection on certain devices, or within Digital Twin Manager, where you can do additional calculations on top, for example, like OEE, but also others immediately within Digital Twin Manager on the assets that you're defining. So very exciting thing that we're looking forward to introduce.